Before I begin, I want to make sure to clarify this. All information I speak in this video is completely public information, and everything being done in this video is technically legal. So whether you agree or disagree with it, there's no wrongdoing happening here. Secondly, I also want to say the purpose of this video is because, quite frankly, right now home buyers are having a really hard time buying a home because there's a lot of cash buyers in the market right now. And what I'm doing with these video series is to follow the thread of who is exactly buying these properties. So that's the only intention of these videos. I want to make sure to clarify that first. Cover this, right? So in today's video, I want to follow another of these, what I call corporate cash buyers. Essentially, a lot of the cash buyers that are at least buying in the major metropolitan cities. How I found this company that I'm talking about today is because I started researching all the closings happening in my local areas to see if there's any trends. And anytime I found a company that's buying at least more than 5 or 10 companies in the past few months, then I start following the trail. So in today's video, I'm going to share one of these companies that I found. But before I begin, I want to start off with a funny anecdote. Now, it might not be funny to some of you, but in this time of darkness, we have to find humor wherever we can. There was one specific company that I was going to start researching, and that was Olympus Borrower. Olympus Borrower LLC was one of the companies I had researched in my initial video. I went to the Maricopa County Assessor's Office. So wherever you're from or where you're watching this, you probably have an Assessor's Office website that you can click and you can look up public information. So what I did is, knowing one of the companies that specifically were buying a lot of properties, I searched them up. So there they are. And I found out that they have over 300 properties that they purchased. Nothing too major, right? So upon further investigation, I did my thing, I clicked it and I look at their public address and I start thinking, hey, that address looks very familiar. Of course, we copy, we paste. Well, what do you know? All these links were purple already. I said, hey, why are those links purple already? Look what happened. Contact us. Progress Residential. For those who are like, what? I don't get it. I just literally spent 20-30 minutes talking about Progress Residential in my previous video. I was like following this specific company thinking it was going to be a whole nother one, and it's the same company. They're just buying under a different name for some reason. So Olympus Borrower LLC is actually Progress Residential. Why did they change your name? I'm not sure. Sounds cool though, right? But anyways, thought that was funny to talk about, or maybe not funny. This video where we're going to talk about today is a company I found identifies themselves as RS space X11. RS13. First thing I thought about, I was like, whoa, this sounds like a gang. Like, this is like South, was it Sur 13 or something? Like, am I gonna find like a gang that's like buying up properties out here? Listen, man, I know I was raised in Maryville and supposed to be like ready to fight, but I've never been in a fight. I don't think I can do good with gangs. I just, maybe I should stop. Well, I went to the Maricopa County's assessor site and I started looking at their information. RSX11. I don't know what RS stands for. Maybe RuneScape. Who knows? But here it is. They own currently 635 properties, and what really caught my eye about this specific company is when I was specifically focusing in North Glendale, North Peoria, which for those that don't know is essentially a pretty good what do I want to call it, a pretty good first-time home buyer area. Like, it's older homes, no HOA. You used to be able to buy something there 250 to 300, and it'll be an older home, maybe a little remodeled. Like, it was a pretty decent place. So when looking up their closings online, we're looking at the usual suspect stuff, right? Like, listed 429, they bought it for 435 cash. Here's another one. It was listed at 435, sold for 450 cash. Listed 399, sold for 420 cash. So for those that missed the previous memo, essentially what these companies are doing is they're finding these good properties. Low 400s, 300s are a lot of first-time home buyers buy here in Phoenix. I know it's gotten expensive. Essentially what they're doing is they are finding these properties and they're bidding sometimes 10, 20, sometimes even 50,000 over cash, and which basically nulls any chance that a, regular first-time home buyer has. Even those who are able to waive their appraisal contingencies and be more competitive really don't have a chance. Like, I literally called somebody this weekend. They were gonna go show some houses, and one of the houses canceled on me last minute because they said, hey, even it's like $400,000 house, we just got a $450,000 cash offer. That's just a little quick rundown of what's going on. Most of you guys already know though. So we can confirm that these are one of the corporate cash buyers, as we call them. What I do now is, using the county assessor site, we can find their public address that they identify as, and one of the first things that caught my eye is this mailing address is not based in Phoenix. RSX11 or RSX11 or RSX12. I just realized it stands for 12, not 13. They are based in Dallas, Texas, which is not in Phoenix. So we're going to follow it even further, right? We're going to copy that. Hey guys, I'm just a really good Googler. Okay. If you haven't figured it out, that's all I'm good at. Just like we got me through school. We identify through Google that this company called Street Lane Homes has the same address as the one of the properties that are being bought by RSX12. So we made the connection. RS12, I know I keep calling it RSX12, I'm sorry, is essentially Street Lane Homes, or Street Lane Homes is one of the divisions of Street Lane Homes, which if we look at their website, Street Lane Homes appears to be some kind of a rental broker company. It looks like they have licensed brokers in Arizona, Colorado, all kinds of places. So if I look at their actual website, whether you're a tenant looking for rental property or rental real estate investor looking for management services, Street Lane can help. We manage over 4,000 property around the country. We offer leasing, rent collection, 24/7 maintenance. So it looks like it's just a property management company. If I go find your next home and click Arizona, so using their specific tool here, so like, let's just pick a random property here out. Let's pick out, look at these prices, by the way, guys. Jeez Louise, it's insane. So if we pick out this house here, right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cross-reference it with the sold property. I find that this was a sale that happened in May. It looks like it was listed at $325. It sold for $331 cash. And if I look at the tax records further, using the same county assessor's website that once again is completely public information, we tie it back to RS12, Phoenix owner. If there's any doubt that there's a connection there, for sure, now a solid connection. A property here at Street Lane Homes is owned by them. Off the bat, you know, it's starting to look like a similar position to Progress Residential, where this is maybe another situation where there's just a rental property company buying these houses so they can rent them out. But I don't know. I decided to continue to look, and how I decided to continue to look is Googling their company name and just going down the list and the links and seeing what's there. So, you know, you can also on Google just click news, see if there's anything there. And right here, second one, Roofstock acquires Street Lane PM LLC to provide robust property management solution for institutional investors. So first and foremost, let's confirm that Street Lane PM LLC is the same company. Well, which it says here, which operates under SFR Property Management under the brand Street Lane Homes. So if we click the link on the actual news press, it takes us to the same website. And if there's any doubt there's not a connection here, we can scroll down. This is the same address that was in the public information for RS12 Homes here, which is by Phoenix. So essentially, we've confirmed that the owner of Street Lane PM LLC is Roofstock. This is not a name I've ever heard before. So of course, you know what we're gonna do. Hit that baby on Google. And it's purple links because I've done my research. I'm not doing this real time. Come on, I'm not dealing with the rookie here. And this is where it goes a little bit over my head. But essentially, if I go to their About Us page, what we do, you can learn more about them here. Roofstock is building the world's leading real estate investment marketplace. Our mission is to take ownership, investment, real estate radically accessible, cost-effective, and simple. So essentially, they seem to be some kind of platform where you can plug in and you can either buy properties from them or buy portfolios. Because here we can hit buy and we can click portfolios, and literally they show you the portfolios they have available. Like they have $4.2 million portfolios that tell you their gross yield, average monthly rent, their minimum purchase, and they tell you what marketplaces they're in. So you can buy into these big giant portfolios, or you can buy individual properties, which I guess they own, or, you know, I'm not really sure. This seems to be some kind of marketplace. So maybe it says here sell. So maybe you have to sell your property, rental property to them, or maybe they rent it for you. I'm not sure. But what I did here is instead of going to their website and, you know, reading what they have to say about themselves, I look at it I just Googled Roofstock, and one thing that I found as I scrolled more down, I looked at it as if I was an investor. If I was looking to invest, I would say, is Roofstock legit? Not trying to, you know, say they're not legit or anything, but if I was an investor, if I was someone who's willing to give money to a company, that's just the stuff I Google. And when I Google this stuff, you find websites like biggerpockets.com. You know, 2 years ago, investing made easy, and there's like people give them good reviews. I'll let you go through these and read them. But there was one I specifically found under Motley Fool. And here in the click first link is a website called Million Acres, which is a Motley Fool service. Motley Fool's probably, in my opinion, one of the best. If you're looking at invest in stocks and whatnot, they do really good breakdowns. At least that's what I was told by my mentors. They essentially break it down for you and how it works, and they explain to you Roofstock is a unique platform in the real estate crowdfunding space. It operates as a marketplace where investors can buy and sell single family property. Roofstock enables investors to buy an entire single family home to rent out for monthly income. Investors can use the platform to build diversified portfolios of SFRs, one deal at a time. The $4 trillion SFR market has historically proven strong and stable cash flows. In addition to directly purchasing SFRs, Roofstock also added a second investing option, Roofstock One, allowing investors to purchase shares of fully managed rental homes. So breaking down the data, it seems one of these corporate cash buyers, as we call them, is running, at least in Phoenix, as RS12. They might have a different name under when you guys look up for assessor stuff in yours. I'm not sure. RS. Sorry, it just clicked in my head. RS stands for Roofstock. right? It has to. RS12. So essentially broken down, RS12 leads to Street Lane Homes. Street Lane Homes was purchased by Roofstock, and Roofstock appears to be this marketplace for investors to be able to basically lock in or tap into the SFR market, which is what they call it. And essentially these houses that are being owned or bought, or sometimes, you know, independent investors or, you know, people who own houses might plug into that way as well. It's not just all this way, but it seems to be associated with. So what I find interesting about, you know, looking at Roofstock's website is like the first thing that catches my eye is like the neighborhood. It says neighborhood 3 stars, neighborhood 1 star, neighborhood 5 stars. So they're like judging the neighborhoods, people that live there. Now I don't know anything about Georgia, but I know some things about Arizona. I'm just curious to see what. No, they only have 3 properties here, so looks like everything's being rented out there. So that's essentially broken down to that. That's what's happening with one of the Kilbert cash buyers. So if you are going to do your own research, just please make sure to, you know, let's keep things civil here. You know, whether you agree or disagree with what's happening here. It feels kind of strange being used or being, you know, let's say we have a house here, and one of these houses I actually lost a house to one of my clients, right? So we got beat out, right, by this specific company. Well, they didn't get a house. They got bought it up. They turn it into a really expensive rental. It eventually gets put on this marketplace, or it belongs to a portfolio where other big investors can plug in and make their money. I said in my previous video, this is not a conspiracy theory video. This is just using facts, but it kind of lends itself to the idea that, well, it's this, they're viewing homes, which they are commodities, you know, they are solid investments. But to me, it appears that, you know, what I loved about real estate is anyone can become an investor. Literally, if you go, instead of, you save up some capital, 3, 5, 10%, you go buy a property, and even though you're, you know, you're not necessarily in Warren Buffett, but you've invested in your home, right? You have somewhere to live, and not everybody, you know, decides to go become this amazing investor. Some people just kind of go back to work and live their life. Well, guess what? Because you made this solid investment, 5-10 years later, you can make a bunch of money. I can't help but think that they're taking that away from the everyday person. It sucks. We should make housing accessible as an investment or a commodity to everyday people. Clearly, it has been advantageous since they're very profitable to do that, and that's why these companies have been started doing this. However, I can't help but think that they're really taking advantage of it. So that's it, guys. Hope you guys are still watching. I know it's a longer video, but definitely interesting to find out some information here. So that's today's video. What do you guys think? I always feel so defeated after making these videos because, like, man, I don't know if maybe these companies have been around for a long time, but it just seems like they're making much bigger impact. Whoa. That's Wally just decided to tell me it's time to end the video. So take care, guys.